Hey guys, I'm gonna do a quick update because I've had a hard time getting myself to do videos lately for some reason. I don't really know why, and there's a weird guy walking through the park here, so just ignore me. I'm actually at work, or at least the part where I'm gonna pick up a vehicle, and I dropped Wyatt off way earlier than I really needed to, so I have a little extra time at the moment. So this is gonna be my update for weeks 27 and 28. A lot has happened in like the last 3 weeks. Technically, I'm 29 weeks, but I just haven't gotten around to doing a video. I don't know why. I've been so... Whenever I do them, I'm like, I gotta do my hair, I gotta put some makeup on, I should wear a bra, you know. I just have been unable to get out of my pajamas and have enough time to do these videos and then get to work. And then when I don't have to be to work, there's always somebody home. And you guys know if you've watched my other videos, I hate doing videos when other people are around and they can hear me. I don't mind people watching them, obviously, because I put them on YouTube. But I hate having someone like right there next to me listening while I'm filming. It just drives me nuts. So I have a few minutes here before I gotta go to work, and I thought, what a lovely, you guys can't see the park. For me, it's a lovely view of the park and the Canadian geese over there, and a big old school bus. Wyatt would be freaking out if he saw. For you get to look at my car again. Sorry. Let's see, what has happened? I told you guys in my last update that we were having a 3D ultrasound done. I tried to say ultrasound and scan at the same time, and it almost came out ultrascan. Anyway, we went to the place. It's the only place in our state that does it, and thankfully it's actually super close to us. And I have to say, first off, although things didn't work out for us, I think this company is an awesome company, and I will link you to their website below. They do the 3D 4D ultrasounds, and they also do newborn photography. And it's not just newborn. You can go in. I've seen pictures on their Facebook of other. And I will link you to the company because, in all honesty, I really, really enjoyed them. Things not working out for us, it wasn't their fault. It wasn't anything to do with him. It wasn't anything to do with, like, lack of education. He's very educated, very good at what he does, and he tried very, very hard, and it just didn't work out. And that's fine. That's more me and the baby than anything else. So I will link it to you below if you're in my area and you're looking for a good place at a reasonable price. I would recommend going to this place. Basically, the baby was, at this point, or at that time, she was head up. So her butt was wedged into my pelvis so far down that there was no way he could do any sort of gender determination. And they do ultrasounds just for that, if you want to go just for that cheaper price. But we actually got the big platinum package. And one of the things was a gender determination, and they were supposed to confirm whether or not this baby was a girl. However, there was just no way. Her butt was way too low, and there's no way he could see anything without getting horribly inappropriate. Honestly, I don't think there's any way he could have seen anything, no matter how low he got that ultrasound wand. So yeah, we didn't get to confirm that it was a girl. She had, not only did she have like one hand up here on her forehead and her arm across her face, but then she used this hand to grab onto her ankle and pull her foot up into her face. So we couldn't get any decent, I mean, we got one pretty good picture. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. That was the only picture that we really could get. There were a couple of them where you could kind of see her face, but you could also very well see that her arm was in the way. And then there was one cute one, kind of where she had her face turned away and she had her hands, and you could see that she was like kind of tugging on her ear. But that was it. That was all that we got. And like I said, it wasn't his fault. It was, she was in a bad position, and she was being very, very stubborn and didn't want to participate, and so it just didn't work. We will be going back as kind of a compensation for things not working out with the 3D, because it's not cheap. I mean, it's on the cheaper end of some of the prices I've seen, but it's still not cheap, and that's a lot of money to walk out of there with a couple of pictures. And like, we got a video that had music and stuff, but again, that video didn't show much because there wasn't much to be shown. And You know, we didn't get our money's worth. But in order to compensate us, he's going to let us come back and do a free newborn photo shoot. We still have to pay for any pictures that we want printed out, but we don't have to pay for the shoot itself, which is awesome. We were really impressed, really happy that this guy, because he's the owner of it, and then his wife does the photography. He was really, really nice, and he was very professional, and he really worked with us and really apologized for things not working out, even though it wasn't his fault. And, you know, he really worked with finding a way to get our money's worth out of what we paid, and him still get paid for working. So we will be going back there after she's born, sometime within the first 2 weeks, and getting those pictures done. I don't know. I got to find out what all I need to bring with me, or how much prop-wise they have there. If it's just, if you want something special, bring it with. Otherwise, you can use our stuff. I don't know. I still have to talk to them and, you know, find out what all I need to bring with. But it was a relatively good experience, despite it not working out. We still got to see her and got to see that she was doing well, and got to, hear her heartbeat and stuff. So that was nice. We tried to go to the Mall of America right after that, and there were so many people. The lines were ridiculous. It wasn't happening. We're like, forget it. We're going to go eat, and then we're just going to go back home, because this is nuts. You know, we can go to the Mall of America anytime we want. It's close enough. It's a relatively short drive that it was not worth fighting those people in those lines. I mean, when the line is all the way down the ramp coming off the highway, there's no point. So we didn't go there either. So, and we were supposed to have kind of a baby moon weekend that weekend, and Wyatt was going to go spend the night at my in-laws' house, but then my father-in-law got the stupid cold that we had all had, and we didn't feel right making them watch him when he didn't feel good. And so the weekend kind of fell apart, but at least we got to do some stuff, and that was good. And let's see, what else have we done? Thanksgiving has come and gone. Thanksgiving was last week, almost a week ago now. And I got, you know, to enjoy, for the most part, being pregnant. You almost have a built-in excuse to just shovel food in and enjoy yourself, because you're pregnant. Who's going to argue with you? And you have stretchy pants. Stretchy pants. I can stuff myself, and it doesn't matter, because these pants just go boop. However, because the baby's so big, you can't eat as much as you want. And I've been, especially the last couple days, I've just been ravenous. I'm so hungry, and my eyes are so much bigger than my stomach is. And so I just start scarfing. So I make myself a big thing of food, and I start scarfing it down, and in like 2 seconds, I'm full, and I can't eat anymore. And then I'm just mad because I have all of this nummy food that I want to eat and smells so awesome, but I just physically don't have the room to eat it. So I'm not really eating any more than I have before. I'm just eating more often because I eat less at each sitting, which is to be expected in the third trimester. Which, yeah, since I saw you last, that happened. Hello, third trimester. Yay! We are on our way down. It's a downward slope. We're so close. Oh my god, I can't wait. I'm so ready for this baby to be here. I mean, I obviously want her to be here at term and on time and when she's supposed to be here. I don't want her here early, but I'm ready for it to be late January, early February, so that she can come, because I'm just done. I have been having awful heartburn at night, and I can't get comfortable, and our new bed is really squishy, which is fantastic, except for when you try to move, and now you're adding this big belly into the situation, and I'm just having a hard time getting flipped around and comfortable and where I need to be. And then once I do, I get heartburn. So I'm not sleeping very well. And yeah, the heartburn's been bad. I can't eat a whole heck of a lot. There's not a lot you can take to make you feel better, so I kind of make do with Tums, and if it gets really bad, I'll take a Zantac, which is approved. I'm trying to think what else symptom-wise. Really tired. Just non-stop tired. Doesn't matter how much I sleep. My sleep is crap anyway, but yeah, just really tired. And awful dreams. Awful dreams. I can't read the news anymore. I can't stand it. People on Facebook that keep posting, and I said something on Facebook about this, I think it was yesterday. They post these stories and these pictures, and they're the most awful and horrific and sad miserable. All of it causes me anxiety, and it's like, I just want to shake people. I'm like, maybe you seeing a picture of a little girl that has no arms doesn't bother you, but holy crap, it's freaking me out. Don't post that again. Wait until I have this baby, and then I don't give a crap what you post. But yeah, so I just gotten to the point where I've had to start blocking some of that stuff because I can't take reading it. I can't. And like, all this stuff that I fully support our troops, but when I see the posts of like a little kid that doesn't want to leave daddy's side, oh my God, how do you not cry? You know, how do you not just, I can't. I can't even talk about it. I'm going to start crying. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know it's there. I support my troops with my prayers every night, and that's all the more that I can do right now. It's all the more that I can stand. Let's see, on a happier note, on Black Friday, instead of going shopping, I went to the doctor's because I had doctor's appointments all morning. So that was way more fun in my mind than Black Friday because people were they're bananas. So I was glad to stay away from the mess. Stay downtown where it was surprisingly quiet for once. And I had an ultrasound, and then I had my OB appointment, and then I did the 3-hour glucose. The ultrasound went really well. She is, let's see, I was 29 weeks. She was, or not 29, 28 weeks. She was measuring at 30 weeks. And then at my OB appointment, my belly was measuring at 32 weeks. So she's a little bit big. They said she's just over 3 pounds. But the thing is, with ultrasounds, they guess, they give you an estimate on what size they are, but there's such a huge range of possibility. Like, they tried to tell me why it was almost 8 pounds, and he came out under 7. He was 6'9". So they say she's over 3 pounds, but who knows if she's actually that big or not. I don't know. We'll see, I guess, when she comes out. I've planned my going home outfit accordingly for her so that just in case she is big, we're not stuck with an outfit that doesn't fit her to get her home in. So the ultrasound went really well. We discovered she is head down. She flipped. I don't know how she flipped. I'm not entirely sure when she flipped, but she flipped. From that 3D ultrasound until Friday, she flipped over. And I had thought I'd noticed, because there's a spot on the right upper side of my stomach. That's where Brian's head was. That's where Wyatt's head was. And that was a couple weeks ago where Addie's head was. So, I mean, you could actually feel the round, small ball that was her head, and you knew it was there. And then one day I noticed that it was really soft and squishy on top, and that little roundness was gone. So I had a feeling she had flipped, but it felt more like she was laying across my stomach than head down. But when they did the ultrasound, she was head down, butt up. Her feet are still by her face, but her butt was wide up in the air, and her head is down quite far, because she was like, okay, let's look for this baby. And she goes, okay, shoot. And the ultrasound wand goes all the way down, and she's like measuring stuff. And I said, is that her head? And she goes, yeah, I'm measuring the circumference of the head. And I'm thinking to myself, you have that wand on my C-section scar, so you're all the way down there. So yeah, she's head down. I talked to I saw a midwife that day. I'll see an OB at the next appointment, but I saw a midwife, and we kind of discussed a little bit. The only reason I had C-sections with my boys was because they were breech, and because of the shape of my uterus. I have a heart-shaped bicarnate uterus, and because of that, they get stuck in one position, and then they are uncomfortable. The doctors are uncomfortable with attempting to turn them from the outside because they don't want to risk rupturing my uterus. So, this baby is head down, and like I said, because my only reason for C-sections in the past has been presentation, and that is not an issue in this pregnancy, I very well could be a good candidate for a VBAC. Now, I still actually need to talk to my OB, or at least somebody, an OB in his practice, and get the official okay whether or not they're going to let me do it. But the midwife, she seemed hesitant, but she said that yes, my hospital does do VBACs after 2 C-sections, and it would be possible for me to most likely be able to do one, or at least attempt it anyway. She said a lot of women in my case will schedule a C-section for, 39, 40 weeks or whatever, and then just kind of see what happens. If they go into labor spontaneously on their own, they will go ahead and attempt a VBAC. If they get to the date of the surgery and baby has not come on its own yet, they will just go ahead and do a C-section, because my hospital does not induce. If you've had a C-section, they won't induce you. They won't use Pitocin or anything, which is fine by me. I know that makes your risk of uterine rupture higher if you use Pitocin. So, and I have no urge to use it whatsoever. I've heard horror stories from my mother about Pitocin. I want nothing to do with it. So, I think, and I've talked to Ethan about it, and he's pretty much whatever you want. It's your labor. I'll support you. But I think him and I both are kind of leaning towards setting that, 39, 40 week C-section up, and then just doing everything that we can once we hit that 37 week mark to try and get her to come out and hopefully be able to do a VBAC. So I'm excited. I've always wanted to do a vaginal birth with both Brian and Wyatt. It was a huge letdown for me to not be able to do a vaginal birth and then not be able to do a VBAC. So I'm really hoping that this time it works out, because I just don't think I could emotionally take that letdown again, But we'll see. We still got time, and I still got to talk to my doctor, and I've been doing all kinds of research and watching videos and reading all kinds of things on the internet, and I got a couple of books from my Kindle that I still need to go through and read on VBACs, and so we're going to make sure that this is a very well-researched and well-educated decision before we do it. But so far, so good. The 3-hour glucose went pretty well. I passed. No problems, which, like I said, it's always what happens. I fail the 1 hour, take the 3 hour, and I pass. I didn't even take the 1 hour this time. I figured, what's the point? I fail it every time. I'm not even going to bother. And I didn't, and I went ahead and did the 3 hour. And all 4 of my numbers were below their cutoff numbers, so I passed that just fine. I did have this, massive blood sugar drop afterwards that really sucked and has never happened to me before, and that actually had me worried that I didn't pass the test, because I got done, and, that's noon, so by 12:30, and I haven't eaten since, 8:30 the night before. I went and I stopped at Arby's, and I got my food, and I went through the drive-thru. Excuse me, I had to take a drink. I went through the drive-thru, and Ethan was texting me, so I stopped to answer him back. And as I'm texting between him and one other person, my hands were just, they start shaking like crazy. And I had that glucose meter, the one that we used with Wyatt after he was born. I had that with me, and I reached over and grabbed it. And I know full well that one runs high, and it can run anywhere from a couple points high to 20 points high. I don't know. I don't know until I go back and look at, what my numbers were versus what the clinic's numbers were. So it's actually a pretty crappy meter, and I really just need to get rid of it. But anyway, I thought I'll just check. So my hands are going like this, which is insane. And then, you're trying to pull the strip out, and you're trying to get the lancet out, and you're trying to put the strip in the meter, and you're trying to poke your finger, and you're trying to get that little drop of blood into this tiny little strip on this meter without making a mess. And holy crap, it was awful. And there were a couple times where my hands just went, like they just didn't want to work. And it was the worst feeling ever. And I remember just feeling completely foggy and unable to really think. I don't even know how I managed to get from point A to point B with that meter. My brain turned off, and my hands were shaking, and I was feeling like crap. And I'm trying to talk to Ethan. And I checked, and the number that came up on the meter was 70, which is low to begin with, but knowing that my meter runs high, that means it was more likely in the 60 range. I don't think it was in the 50s, but it was most likely in the 60 range somewhere. So yeah, my blood sugar plummeted, and that was the first time I'd ever really experienced a really real I've kind of felt icky before, and I've known that my blood sugar was low, but this is the first time I've ever felt it drop like that, just plummet, and bam, I didn't feel good, and oh my god, what the hell's going on? Thankfully, I wasn't driving at the time. I was pulled over, And I was able to I just started shoveling in curly fries and Dr. Pepper as fast as I could. And once I got some food in me, I felt fine. There's a huge squirrel out there. He is not afraid of people at all. Hi. So anyway, that's the excitement that's been going on. I've been rambling for 20 minutes, but I have so much to catch up on. So everything is looking really good. No gestational diabetes. My blood pressure continues to be awesome. Continued weight loss. I didn't really lose much, but I didn't gain anything either at this last appointment. Everything's good. Baby looks good. I mean, I couldn't ask for more with this pregnancy right now. Everything is awesome. All I wish is I wasn't so damn tired. But when it comes to everything that they check at the doctor's office, I'm fine. So, anyway, that's my update. I gotta get going. I gotta go hop in that van and get my booty over to where I gotta go pick somebody up and all that jazz. So, thank you for watching. I'm sorry that this is taking so long to get out and that it's a 20-odd minute video. But, yeah, I've got a new camera. Well, it's my old camera, but now that I've got a new card and whatever to be able to use, I can start doing some more videos and stuff. And hopefully that'll give me the motivation to do more and put on a bra and brush my hair and all that good stuff. So, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.